Hello. Today I'm going over a fat loss meal plan. Today I'm going over a fat loss meal plan. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how you can eat in order to lose body fat. This is me. I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months by getting my eating right. Getting my eating right is the thing that helped me lose 100 pounds in 6 months. This is very important. Why is that? Because before I was able to actually lose the weight, I had been trying to lose weight for about 2 years before this. Occasionally, I would run, I would go to the gym 5, 6 days a week, but the weight wasn't coming off because I didn't know how to eat. Once I fixed my diet, that's when I started to see massive weight loss. Once I fixed my diet, that's when I began to see massive weight loss. So I'm going to go over a meal plan template for you, and then I'm going to go over the specific meal plan that I follow. Let's get into the template. So if you can see here, this is how I like to structure every meal. If you look closely, you will see that every meal includes a protein source and some vegetables. So meal one for me is typically going to be two options, either 5 to 8 ounces of a protein source with vegetables, or it's going to be a protein shake with 2 scoops of protein powder. So what are protein sources? Things like chicken breast, ground beef, turkey, meat, basically. What are vegetables? We know what vegetables are, like broccoli, spinach, etc. Meal number two, same thing, 5 to 8 ounces of a protein source with vegetables. Now, I have 5 to 8 ounces now. Most bigger people should do 8 ounces. And when I say bigger people, I mean men, like people that have a lot of muscle, they have a lot of size on them, should be doing close to 8 ounces. Most women should be doing around 5 ounces of protein. For meal three, same thing, 5 to 8 ounces of a protein source, 5 to 7 ounces of a vegetable. Now, with the vegetables, we don't have to be that strict with how many vegetables or how much vegetables we're eating. Why? Because the difference in calories between 4 ounces of vegetables and 7 ounces of vegetables is not a lot. So we don't really have to worry about that. Also, with meal number three, which is dinner, optionally, we can include half a cup to 1 cup of carbs. Carbs would include rice, pasta, quinoa, etc. And as a snack, I like to do one snack a day, especially if the goal is fat loss. The reason being because if you do too many snacks, the calories, they do add up. So these are some good snack options. It can be 1 to 2 servings of fruit. So think 1 or 2 apples. Next, we can do a protein shake. You can either make the protein shake yourself with 2 scoops of protein powder, or you can buy a pre-made protein shake like this, or we can do a protein bar. And this is a good meal plan template that will help you when it comes to you trying to lose body fat. All right. Now, I'm going to get into the specific meal plan that I would follow, especially as a man. I weigh about 203 pounds right now. So for me, I like to do around 1,500 to 1,700 calories a day. Okay. And I like to do around 200 grams of protein a day. Now, I'm going to go through this first, and then I'll get into some tips on like how many calories you should eat. So meal number one for me, it will be a protein shake with 2 scoops of protein powder and sugar-free almond milk, or it will be 2 cups of egg whites with a side of spinach or some mixed vegetables. Meal number two, it will be 8 ounces of chicken breast with a side of mixed vegetables. And meal number three is typically 8 ounces of chicken breast again, but sometimes I will do 93% lean ground beef, or I will do 8 ounces of salmon. I'll do that with vegetables, and I will have that with a half a cup of cooked rice or 1 cup of cooked rice. Now, sometimes I don't want to do rice, and I'll do potatoes instead, or sweet potatoes or quinoa. So the different carb sources you can use are those: the potato, sweet potato, quinoa. You can even do pasta. but we want to stick to serving sizes that are similar to what I have here. And right now, my snack is usually a protein bar. You can do a Quest bar or a Bear Bell protein bar. Those are like my go-to options right now. There's another option that I like. It's a brand called Legendary Foods. When I'm looking at what protein bar to use, I want to make sure that it has around 200 calories and 20 grams of protein. That's typically what I look for. The absolute best macros that I've seen, or better yet, the best protein bar that I've ever seen for fat loss would be a brand called David, because it's 28 grams of protein and only 150 calories, which is the best I've ever seen. So this is the meal plan that I would follow if I'm trying to lose body fat and build muscle. And this is so effective because the calories are very low and the protein is very high. Okay. I hope that helped. Once again, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. And by getting the eating right, that was the thing that allowed me to actually make the progress that I was looking to make. So your meal plan is the most important thing. Now, let's pull this meal plan back up and let's see. I'm going to show you guys how I like to be flexible with my meal plan. So let's talk about meal number 2. If we look here, it's 8 ounces of chicken breast and a side of vegetables. Every day, you might not want to do chicken breast. So if I don't feel like doing chicken breast on a certain day, I'll just switch it up. I will do chicken thighs instead. So it won't be 8 ounces of chicken breast. It'll be 8 ounces of chicken thighs, or 8 ounces of ground beef, or 8 ounces of turkey, or 8 ounces of chicken wings, or 8 ounces of steak. So by changing up the protein sources, that will allow you to stick to your meal plan better. Now, here's another way you can be flexible with your diet, because we want this to be a lifestyle. I have here 8 ounces of chicken breast and a side of vegetables. No matter what, I will always eat my 8 ounces of chicken breast and my vegetables. If I am really craving something on top of that, let's say I feel like having pizza, I'm not going to replace the chicken breast and vegetables with pizza. I'm going to do my 8 ounces of chicken breast, my vegetables, and I might have 1 slice of pizza on top of that. That is a good strategy, because when you eat the chicken breast and the vegetables, that is going to keep you full. And that's going to allow you to only eat 1 slice of pizza. If I was to not eat the chicken breast and vegetables, I would eat 5 slices of pizza, because pizza is not filling and it tastes so good that you want to continue to eat more of it. So that is a major principle that I live by. I always make sure that I eat the meals that are in this meal plan, because it helps keep me full and satisfied, and it stops me from having intense cravings. So if you are struggling with sugar cravings, or you're craving carbs a lot, make sure you are getting in your protein at every meal. And once you are getting in your protein and your vegetables at every meal, if you do want to add something extra on top of that, occasionally you can do so, but never don't eat your protein and your vegetables and eat something that's junk instead. That's a terrible thing to do, because usually you're going to end up overeating. I also have here, make sure you drink your water. Water is a cheat code for losing body fat, because it will help you stay full. I like to drink a lot of water. Occasionally, I'll drink diet soda, because it helps me not overeat. It keeps my stomach full, and that just makes it easier for me to not overeat, honestly. All right. Do we have any questions about this at all? Do you have any questions at all? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually kind of talk a little bit about my own journey a little bit more. So as you guys see here, this is a 100-pound difference. Before I actually was able to start losing weight, I had been lifting weights. I had been doing cardio. Even though I was 260 pounds and I was overweight, I was always athletic. I was always strong, and I was always able to move. Like, I grew up doing martial arts and playing every sport. So it's not necessarily the fact that I was inactive that made me like chubby and overweight. It was the fact that my eating just wasn't good. I had very bad eating habits, or let me not even say bad eating habits. I had eating habits that led to me being heavier than I would have liked to be. So let me give you one story. One day, me and my cousin, and this is back when we were maybe in high school or right after we graduated, we went to a restaurant and we both got a lunch meal, and it was Chinese food. It was fried chicken and fried rice. So we each had a meal. I had a meal, he had a meal. We went back to his house, and I remember I ate all of my food. And I remember he ate maybe a quarter of his food, and he just put the rest in the fridge, and he said, "All right, let's go to the park." He just had a different appetite than me. Whereas with me, I had a habit of eating till I was stuffed and overeating, and I always had to like feel like I was full. If we look back at that moment, I must have eaten 1,200 calories in that one sitting, where he ate 300 calories. And it's little habits like that and little decisions like that that compounded over time, which led to me gaining an extra pound every week. And then when you expand that out over a year, I've gained 50 pounds extra, and he lost weight because he just had different eating habits than me. So, one of the things that I've been obsessed with is looking at people who are fit and looking at people who are unfit, looking at people who are heavy, and understanding the different habits that they have regarding food and regarding activity. I'll tell you another story. I remember my best friend in high school. He was always like very fit, like very lean. And I would compare himself to me. And every day he would walk to school and walk home. Now, mind you, he lived maybe like 2, 3 miles away from the school. It was crazy. And he had a backpack that must have weighed like 70 pounds. There'd be textbooks in there. And it was crazy. So when you think about that, just him walking to school and walking home from school, he's burning probably 1,000 extra calories a day. And that helps you not put on body fat, right? Whereas with me, yes, I used to walk to school and walk home from school, but every day after school, I would go to the laundromat and I would get 2 packs of M&Ms and 2 things of Coca-Cola. So I'm consuming an extra 1,000 calories a day, and he's burning an extra 1,000 calories a day while not really eating like that. So a little change, like those little differences in behaviors and habits right there, caused me to be gaining body fat while he was staying lean and losing body fat. Let's see if we have any more stories. Okay, so here's another one. There are some people, and you might relate to this. When you were younger, let's say in college or in high school or middle school, you were in shape. You were very lean. You were never heavy. You were able to maintain your weight very well. But once you graduated, you started working, maybe you had some kids, you started to gain weight. A lot of times we might think that that is our metabolism. It's not. Think back. When you were a kid, you're walking to school, you're walking home from school. In between classes, you're walking. For recess, you're playing. Maybe you play sports. And maybe for fun, you go to the park, or you have to walk to your friend's house and then you have to walk home. And you don't have money to buy all of the food that you want to be able to buy. So in that situation, you are forced to burn more calories because you have to literally walk everywhere. So you are easily getting in 15,000 steps a day. And when it comes to food, you don't have access to unhealthy food. And on top of that, even if you do have access to bad food, you're so busy and preoccupied with just all the things that young people do that you're not bored enough to just sit around and eat all day. When you get older and you start driving and now you have more money, and now for fun, you go out to eat, you are burning less calories because you're not as active, and you are consuming more calories because that's just what you do when you're older. I remember when I got my first job at Macy's when I believe I was 17 or 18 years old. The first thing that I would spend my money on would be the Macy's was at the mall. Every day on my lunch break, I would go inside the mall and get a plate of Chinese food. Every day after work, I would get some Chinese food. I spent so much of my money on food, and that contributed to me getting very heavy after I graduated. So me having that money was a tool that I used to buy more food, aka buy more calories. and then forget about it when I started driving. So now I'm not walking anywhere, I'm driving everywhere, and I still have this bad habit of eating whatever I wanted because now I could afford it. So this is the reason why a lot of us have gained weight, because of the habits that we've picked up. And forget about it if you have like family members that are unhealthy, who eat, things like fried chicken and a lot of carbs and a lot of, if you're Caribbean or if you're Hispanic, if you tell me your culture just makes bad food or your family cooks bad, that could be another reason. So we have to like kind of break all of these habits. And one of the things that has helped me lose weight was this: having a meal plan. Having a meal plan. I keep it very simple. Right. I don't, yes, my parents, they were cooking unhealthy food, but I didn't care about that. I made a meal plan for myself and I just stuck to it. I just stuck to the foods that I knew I was supposed to eat that was on the meal plan. And that made fat loss very easy and very simple for me. All right. So that's pretty much what I wanted to go over. I just wanted to share some ideas with you guys when it comes to making a fat loss meal plan for yourself, and just kind of tell you guys a little bit about like my weight loss journey. So now I'm going to take a few questions. So I'm going to be in the comment section, just reading off a few questions and trying to help you guys out the best way that I can. Where did you see the biggest differences, in the gym or in the kitchen? The kitchen, 100%. The kitchen, 100%. Can I eat potatoes every day for fat loss? They make me full. Yes, you can eat potatoes every day for fat loss. Does high protein, low carb, and cardio work? Yes, it does. What if you're a woman weighing 230 pounds and you want to weigh 180 pounds? What should I be eating on a daily basis? So to keep it very simple, eat 3 meals a day. Make sure that every meal you eat as a woman has 5 to 7 ounces of a protein. That can be chicken breasts or egg whites or eggs, and eat that with some vegetables as well too. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're going to eat carbs like rice or potatoes with just 1 meal a day. And if you want to snack on fruit. That's what you should eat if you want to lose weight. Is the 1 cup of egg whites measured raw or cooked? The 1 cup of egg whites is measured raw when it's still liquid. Amazing. Thank you, sir. They seem to work when I eat them. They make me full. Yes, potatoes are a great thing to eat when you are trying to lose weight because they are very low in calories. So what do I mean by that? If you were to take 200 grams of potatoes versus 200 grams of cooked rice, the potatoes is going to be about half the calories as the rice, but they're going to be equally as filling. So you get to be just as full with half the calories. That's why potatoes is so amazing. Abs are made in the gym and revealed in the kitchen. Abs are made in the gym and revealed in the kitchen. So technically, you're wrong. Technically, you are wrong. So muscle is not built in the gym. Muscle is, I want to say, torn in the gym. Muscle is worked in the gym. Muscle is grown while you rest and recover, and it is fed with what you eat. But I understand what you mean. By you doing the ab exercises, like those heavy crunches and those leg raises, that's what's triggering muscle growth. And if you eat a high protein diet and you get your rest, then that muscle will grow. So yes. Now, in terms of your abs being revealed in the kitchen, that's also correct. Your abs are going to be revealed when you lose enough body fat so that you can see your abs. So if you eat in a calorie deficit and you do your cardio, that creates a big calorie deficit, which makes your body burn away and eat away at the stored body fat that we have. And when we lose enough body fat, guess what? Voila, we are now able to see our abs. Hello from Holland. Hello. Hello, I've been following you. I used to weigh 150. I'm 5'1", and now I'm 135 by listening to you. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. I wish I could bring you up. Bro, Love you. I lost 50 pounds watching your videos. Wow, that's incredible. Please don't stop what you're doing. Never. Can you coach kids? Only like with their parents involved. You said water is a cheat code. Yes. What is a cheat code? Because it keeps you full. He's not reading comments on Facebook or YouTube. Where is he reading the comments? Let's see. Hello, TikTok. How long did it take you to start burning fat on your belly? As of right now, I am burning fat in different places, not in my belly yet. I don't know how to feel about this. So you can't control where you burn body fat. That's the body's going to burn fat where it wants to burn fat from. If you keep on losing body fat, eventually you will see it start to leave your stomach. That's the only way for you to lose the fat around your belly. Just continue to lose body fat, then eventually it will burn the fat around your belly. So let me try to explain it like this. Imagine you were very lean, meaning you didn't have a lot of body fat on your body at all. Imagine you were super lean. And let's say you're very lean and you start eating unhealthy. So you gain 5 pounds of body fat. Where do you think you're going to gain majority of that 5 pounds? You're going to gain majority of it around your belly. Then you gain another 5 pounds. You gain it more on your belly, then another 5 pounds, then another 5 pounds. And then you start to develop some fat around the chest area. Then you start to gain some fat around your arms. Then you start to see it in your face. So when you want to lose it, you lose it in reverse. You lose it in your face. You lose it in your arms. You lose it in the chest area. And then the last place where you lose it is going to be your belly. Hello, just came across you. I work in construction. What is best for eating at work? I need to stop the bread. If you can meal prep, that would be amazing. So if I was in your situation, I would take some chicken breasts and vegetables to work with me. I'd put it in some Tupperware and just eat that on my break. If you didn't have a way to warm up your food, then I would make a salad with some fat-free dressing and have some chicken breast strips that I could eat while cool. And that's what I would do. Or I would have a protein shake. Just became pescatarian. Okay. I would like you to coach. I would like you to help coach me. Are you taking on new clients? Yes, Amanda, I am. Amanda, just comment the word coach in the comment section. All right. I am 5'2". I was 180. Now I'm at 166 just by watching your videos and sticking to the diet you recommend. I love that. Keep up the good work. Keep it up. What times is best to eat my meals? There are no times that are best to eat your meals. Okay. Just you have your 3 meals. You eat them at whatever time you want. So let me show you what I mean. So if you look here, you will see a meal plan. So if you look here, you see a meal plan, right? Yeah, just say you. Okay. I'm about to say, my wife is dressed. I just had to double check. I know I just heard the shower stop. All right. Meal 1. So if you look here, this is the meal plan. I have meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and I have a snack. You can literally eat your meals at whatever time you want. So you can have your protein shake at 8 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can have your meal 2 at 1 p.m. or 5 p.m. The point I'm trying to make is it does not matter. As long as you are following this meal plan and this is all you're eating, at the end of the day, you're going to be eating the same amount of calories, the same amount of carbs, proteins, and fats. So your body's going to have the same response. So it doesn't matter what time you eat your meals. Bro, you know what you're talking about. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have not heard you answer my question. I don't see your question. Okay. I am 309 and I want to start to lose weight. What approach should I take? You should take the approach of following a meal plan. So, this right here is an example of a meal plan that if I was you, I would start to follow. So, I would start having a protein shake for breakfast where I had used 2 scoops of protein powder and sugar free almond milk. Or I would do 2 cups of egg whites with a side of vegetables for breakfast. And that would be my breakfast every day. For my lunch, I would eat 8 ounces of chicken breast with a side of vegetables. And for my dinner, I would eat this 8 ounces of chicken breast, 93% lean ground beef or salmon with vegetables, and a half a cup or 1 cup of cooked rice. And if I needed a snack, I would do a protein bar. This is what I would get started with if I wanted to lose weight. Now, on top of that, I would be weighing myself every day. I'd weigh myself every morning and I would be trying to walk for at least 30 minutes a day. The reason why I would weigh myself every morning is because it would hold me accountable. Tina, there is no latest time you should eat. That doesn't matter at all, as long as you have a meal plan. So let me explain that to you. If this is your meal plan and you are following this meal plan where you are eating meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and this snack, and this is all you are eating, it does not matter what time you eat your last meal. It does matter, and I would tell you to not eat late if you eat all of these meals and then you feel like snacking after this. That you cannot do because that means you're going to be eating extra calories. So my advice to you is to get a meal plan. Only eat what is in your meal plan. And it does not matter what time you eat what is in your meal plan, as long as you only eat what is in your meal plan. All right, everybody, I do have to go now. If you want me to work with you as a fitness coach, if you click the link that is in my bio, you will see the application for fitness coaching, or you can message me directly or put a comment here in the comment section saying the word coach, and then I will reach out to you after this a little bit later today. But the way to get direct access is to click the link in my bio and just fill out the application. All right. I do have to go now. I'll talk to you guys later. I wish everybody here the best and stay sharp over this weekend. This is where results are made over the weekend. A lot of people do not see the results they're looking for because they give themselves too much slack on Saturday and Sunday and Friday evening. So stay strict, stay sharp over the weekend. And if you put in the work, you're going to see good results. All right. Wish you guys the best. Later.